As to why retail media is really blowing up this year, I don't know if it's specifically this year, but it's certainly grabbing a lot of headlines. But I feel like it is a lot about the kind of intensity of conversation in media around cookie deprecation, which is kind of, still to be determined by Google. But the need for first-party data for media and measurement is so critical. And I think that as the conversation around cookie deprecation has continued to amplify and intensify, there's just been more focus on, well, it's going to happen one day. So first-party data is really what's going to make it happen. And that's really because you can activate on very bespoke, targeted audiences, and you can measure the efficacy of them. And I think the real promise in retail media, to me, is that closed loop reporting, which you can provide. These were individuals exposed to advertising, and here are the products they bought as a result.
What is CMX seeing in terms of its own growth?
I think what we're seeing, a lot of what's driving our growth now on the demand side is we're seeing more and more suppliers lean in with brand dollars and agencies rather than just the kind of typical suppliers that we have their products in the CVS stores. I mean, it's 9,000 stores, and we have the pharmacy business, and we have the China general merchandise business at the front of the store. So we have a pretty broad gamut of supply partners who are advertisers to go after. And I think as we've just evolved our business, there's more, as we've amplified our own messaging about who we are and our audiences, that has just driven more demand from those suppliers. And then on the supply side of things, a lot of what we focus on, and I'm more of a media guy historically, but the in-store retail experience with 9,000 stores and our ability to reach consumers in their path to purchase in store has also been a lot of what our focus is on and our growth.
Now, how is retail media changing the way consumers discover new brands and products?
Well, hopefully it's hopefully the main way that retail media networks are helping consumers get in front of new products or learn about new products is targeting and really precision marketing, because we know and we can see, for example, at CVS, we have 74 million Extra Care Card members, and over 80% of the transactions that people execute in store, they're swiping their Extra Care card. So we have very fine-grained data on their purchase behavior, the brands they're interested in, the categories that they shop in. And that just enables us to be so much more relevant in messaging to them and meeting them wherever they may be shopping or wherever they may be doing their research on products, whether it's a social media channel. We help suppliers get the message to buy that product at CVS in front of them in that native environment.
Can you share some best practices for creating customer-centric, privacy-first advertising strategies? What are they?
Well, I think for us, the privacy-first creative strategies really do evolve from and revolve around transparency. And that starts with our consumers. I mean, those Extra Care Card members are incredibly loyal to us. The average tenure of their Extra Care Card membership is 10 to 11 years. So of the 74 million active members, that's a lot of people who've been shopping at CVS for a lot of years. So we're very cognizant of their privacy and very clear about how their data is leveraged, so that when they're opting in, we will go so far as, HIPAA audiences are opted in separately from other types of products people can opt in for. So we have to be very good stewards of that data and the Extra Care Card members, because if we can't deliver on that promise, we can't deliver on the other promises that we have, which is getting relevant, creative messaging around products in front of the right consumer at the right time.
And is there any news coming out of CMX that you wanted to share, or is there anything you're excited about in the year ahead?
I think the real excitement for us is really just expanding our omni-channel offerings. So again, a lot of our in-store experiences, because we have such a large store footprint, is really, it's exciting for me to learn about, just to learn more about the actual retail side of our business. And because the bulk of our transactions all happen in the stores, unlike some other RMNs who are very e-commerce centric, we are not as e-commerce centric. There's a lot of research that users do on our owned and operated website and app, but and usually what happens is within 48 hours, over half of those people searching in our properties are going to come into a store. But because those transactions are happening in store, we care a lot about that entire customer journey of you're researching online, that you have to go to CVS to refill a prescription, you were looking for some other hair care products, and now we can kind of help you navigate in the store through signage, traditional signage or video screens, or even end caps and trend caps in aisles to kind of guide the consumer journey through there. Because not every creative execution is going to be to transact. There's a lot about that entire journey of education, guidance, and then getting them to the point of transaction.